Hi everyone, this is Audapostrophe. Let's check out Secret Files 2 on Nintendo Switch. Let's see, handheld mode, huh? Use the touchscreen or the following alternative input options to control the game. Okay. Uses Y? Okay. TV mode, tabletop. Controls are the same either way. In the journal, you can use the following controls in addition to motion controls and the touchscreen. Okay. Alright. Not much for options. Church of St. Mary, England. Parish of Church St. Mary the Virgin, Ashford.
Anyone there?
Please don't bite my triangle face.
I bet that in a few moments, Brother Matthew will be dying to tell us where we can find the parchment.
Brother Matthew, the parchment. Now!
You totally knocked him out, dude. Well, some hours later. Welcome to Christ College, University of Cambridge. Christ College.
The target Perry is in the building. Starting phase 2. We're going in.
I just can't get any further with this parchment. But from what I have been able to translate, Brother Matthew may have been right in his letter.
Dear Bishop Perry, we found this parchment some days ago during the restoration work on the crypt of our old village church. Considering the paper's quality and condition, the document must be several centuries old. There is another reason why I am sending it to you. Strange things have happened since it was found. There have been 2 break-ins, and one of our brothers has disappeared without a trace. I am not sure whether this really has to do with the parchment, as we have unfortunately been unable to decipher the text so far. But I have a feeling that we are onto something really big and possibly very dangerous. Please let me know as soon as you discover anything more about the parchment or its contents. Yours sincerely, Matthew Wakefield.
I will keep trying to translate this mysterious parchment for a little while. Hopefully William Patterson will be able to help me tomorrow. Medieval ciphers are his specialty, after all. No time, I'm busy.
I can't hear you unless you pick it up.
Is not in his office. Please leave a message.
Bishop Parry. Yeah, this is Superintendent Falk. Ashford CID. Bishop, I must speak to you urgently. It concerns the murder of a priest, one Matthew Wakefield.
Oh, I didn't do it.
We found his body an hour ago. Witnesses mentioned 2 men dressed in black combat suits.
Oh my god, I'm wearing one.
Wakefield sent us a message a few days before his death, which but that's not important at present. Now that he's dead, this message suddenly takes on a completely new significance. A very disturbing significance. Bishop, I must speak to you urgently. You could be in grave danger.
No, not the death flag.
Mine is dead. Wakefield was murdered? But that can't be. His letter. I received this letter from him only recently.
Everyone knows you can't die and send a letter.
Oh, damned window!
Red 3, take care of the target. I'll secure the exits. Confirmed, Red 2.
Two men dressed in black combat suits?
Men in black suits.
They're looking for me. I've got to get out of here, and I must get this parchment to safety. I don't really know why, but apparently it was important enough for Wakefield to die for. God help me.
Need to go out. Need to go find where sailors hang out. Quick start instructions. To move the game character to a specific position, simply tap the touchscreen or move the cursor to that spot and press ZLZRA or right. To find an object, you must drag your finger over the touchscreen or move the cursor across the screen. Animated waves indicate where interesting objects can be found. Now tap this page or press the R button to turn to the next page of the instructions. Boink. Interaction. Once you've found and touched an object, we remove your finger from the touchscreen. If you're using the cursor, press ZLZRA or right. When the cursor is over the object, you'll then be shown up to 2 icons. The hand icon allows you to take or use the displayed object with the magnifying glass. You can take a closer look at the object. When selecting the hand icon for an exit, the character will approach it and switch rooms. With the double arrow, you may jump to the next screen instantly. By pressing plus or minus button, or selecting the bag symbol in the lower left corner of the screen, you will open the inventory bar. This bar running along the lower edge of the screen is your inventory, which mainly displays the objects that you've already collected. You can touch these objects or move the cursor to them and press ZLZRA or right to examine them again. If you touch and drag an object in the inventory, you can combine it with other objects in your inventory or in the environment. This also works by holding down ZLZRA right or when the cursor is over the object. Additionally, there are 3 more symbols. The magnifying glass in the lower right corner shows you all clickable spots as well as potential exits from the current location. In the bar for the inventory, you will also find the game menu and the diary. In the game menu, you can save your progress and change a variety of settings. The diary contains both the quick help for the game as well as a summary of past events and a walkthrough function in case you get stuck. As soon as the character's portrait appears on the right of the screen in the inventory bar, you can switch freely between playable characters. Use this to your advantage, as some riddles can only be solved by working together. Oh, well, I'm never going to finish this game then. A detailed list of the input and control options is accessible via the Help tab located in the game menu. Ready? Then touch the close button on the upper right. Good luck. I wish I could move that cursor faster.
Writings and pictographs of European religions. Reserved books are stored here. According to the list, William Patterson has reserved cryptographic symbolism, as has Dr. Lucy Forrester. Perhaps it would be a good idea to pass the parchment on to my friend William Patterson. I can trust him, and he is an expert on such scripts after all. It's entitled Cryptographic Symbolism.
Such ominous music.
I should find a hiding place for the parchment, so that these people won't find it on me if they catch me.
Well, butthole's too tight. Can't hide it there.
The door is locked. I can't leave this way if I'm to avoid the people in the combat suits. Writings and pictographs of European religions. What's the point of that?
Trying to hide it, you jerk. Isn't that what you asked me to do?
Reserved books are stored here. According to the list, William Patterson has reserved crypto. Perhaps it would be a good... It's entitled Reserved books are stored. Perhaps it would... Good idea. Now, I just have to think of something so that the book doesn't fall into those guys' hands.
They have rough hands. They don't deserve this.
The key to all important rooms in this wing. Before I leave, I should find a hiding place for the pub. Letter from the vicar, Matthew Wakefield.
Dear Bishop Perry, we found this parchment some days ago during the restoration work. There is, please.
Letter from the
Dear, there is, I am not, please.
The book is entitled Cryptographic Symbolism. I haven't been able to translate much yet, just a few mad paragraphs about divine punishment and the approaching end of the world.
Oh,
There's
good
also
read.
mention of a prophet called Zandona, who I've never heard of. Unlike Professor Patterson, I'm not an expert on medieval ciphers. I'm sure he could make something of it.
Perfect place to hide a book.
Camouflage.
With other books.
Enough trouble finding it here. And now to get out of here. I really must make sure that William Patterson gets the book before Dr. Forrester tomorrow. Both of them have registered for the book I hid, and there is a real danger that Dr. Forrester will get hold of it before William Patterson does.
I don't favor your boyfriend much.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a faint light over there by the gate. Will I ever get out of here alive? Dr. Lucy Forrester, Social and Economic History. The door is locked.
Oh dear.
Office. Our secretary has locked the door. Dutiful as ever.
Masturbate one time when you're alone in there. When she catches you, and now look, I've ruined it for everyone.
That's much too high. I can't just jump out of the window.
That's too high. Jeez.
That's the way to the library. Even if I knew what I wanted there, it would probably be too late now. Mistaken, there's a faint...
It's too high. There are chairs there, but... Oh, goodness, I don't know how to work something like a chair. Pick up that chair, you idiot.
The door is locked. Dr. Lucy Forrester, Social and Economic...
Places I can go. Oh, that's right. I need possible keys.
Well, now the door is open.
Strange, when I unlock the door with a key, it becomes unlocked. Must examine this further.
Personnel files. It's locked.
Goodness gracious.
Personnel file. timetable of lectures for this week. Perhaps I can use this plan to make sure William Patterson gets the book before Dr. Forrester tomorrow morning. I must ensure that William Patterson has time to go to the library tomorrow during the first lecture period. Right, that gives Patterson time to get the book first thing in the morning. Only Dr. Forrester still poses a problem. I don't think this has solved my problem. I'll cancel these changes.
What? Why?
Ah, the timetable of lecture. Right, that gives Patterson time to get the book first thing in the morning. Only Dr. Forrester still poses a problem.
How would he pose a problem? Doesn't make any sense, game. I don't understand how to read this. If you want Patterson to be the first to look at something, then put him on the top. That's where.
Right, now Dr. Forrester will be busy with her earlier lecture. My friend Patterson, on the other hand, won't have any lectures tomorrow morning, so he will hopefully be able to take care of the book he reserved right away. Perfect. Time to get out of here. I'd better go straight to the police.
I don't know, you can't pick up a chair. I really don't trust you leaving a building safely. Biggs and Wedge again, really? I know, never loved Star Wars. Hamburg 1 week later. And eat that hamburger a week later? Man.
Yes, Dad, I know. No, I still don't want to go with you to the UN General Assembly in New York. No, I won't. I just need a few days vacation. No, it's got nothing to do with my splitting up with Max.
Max is just a dog.
Sure, I don't even think about him anymore. Who's Max, anyway?
Oh.
Yes, you're right, of course. I still miss him, even if he is a damned idiot. But it just wasn't working anymore. You know, splitting up was the only thing to do. Yes, I'm hoping the cruise will take my mind off it, too. Yes, thank you.
What? Are you traveling on this ship?
Are you trying to be creepy? Well, why don't you just travel to heaven, buddy? Alright, don't eat the roast beef. Deep Storm presents. Moscow. Polo. York. The Calypso. Can't wait to poop on somebody. Secret Files 2. Too secret. Too far. I mean, Puritas Cordis.
So this is my little kingdom for the next few days. It's no suite, but quite cozy. But I'm hoping I'll be able to spend most of my time at the pool anyway. My complexion could really do with freshening up. I will start with... That's not my suitcase. Apparently it belongs to someone called William Patterson. At least that's the name on the luggage label. Oh.
Man with automotive. Cambridge, Christ College. Bishop Perry receives an old parchment from Brother Wakefield, written in code. Apparently it concerns someone named Zandona, whose mysterious prophecies speak of the end of the world. Wakefield is found dead, murdered by 2 men in combat suits. Are these the same men who are now threatening Bishop Perry? What makes this parchment so important enough to kill for? It's a winning clam chowder recipe. Cambridge, Christ College. Bishop Perry is dead. He was murdered by the same people who cold-bloodedly killed Brother Wakefield. I don't know that for sure, but it's a pretty good guess, I guess. Was Perry's colleague, William Patterson, able to get the document to safety? Or do unknown men in combat suits have it now? What is this parchment about anyway? Not a good sign. Pier 13, Hamburg Harbor, a vacation at last. Actually, it was supposed to be a marvelous trip for 2 to the Caribbean, but after the breakup with Max, Nina doesn't really care where she goes, as long as it's far away from familiar surroundings and memories. She just needs a bit of distraction to take her mind off of things. However, the outlook for the cruise is not promising. Just before going on board, Nina witnesses a tragic accident. Who was that unlucky man? Why was he so terrified? I was just looking for the bathroom. New York UN General Assembly. Nina's father, a geologist, is taking part in a conference in New York as part of the scheduled UN General Assembly. The experts will discuss the strange natural catastrophes that have caused the devastating damage over the past few months. Wrong luggage on board the Calypso. Nina's suitcase is not in her cabin. Instead, she has been given another passenger's case. Was their baggage exchanged by accident? Maybe the porter can help. And if you have puzzle page, turn puzzle help. Turn the page to access the puzzle help. However, in your own interest, you should only use this function if you are truly stuck. Whenever the puzzle help icon appears in the lower left corner, you will find some game hints there. Okay.
The key card to my cabin. You have to be careful not to cut yourself on its sharp edges.
Is it really that sharp? Are you serious?
A picture of a man in front of the Atomium in Brussels. I think it's the captain of this luxury liner.
He's looking over my bed like damn creeper.
I was afraid there'd be nothing but a hammock, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Wow, that's really awful. I can't open it. Maybe it's better that way. Otherwise, my cabin would be flooded after the first big wave. I keep practically my whole life in there, which is as it should be with a good handbag. I think even women should be able to survive for a few minutes without their handbags. I'll leave it here for the time being.
I can't survive without it.
I don't rummage around in other people's suitcases. Besides, there's a combination lock on it.
No, now the truth comes out.
Simon says this can take you on journeys to fantastic places. Nina says it's a wardrobe. A lonely roller skate.
That's all I do is carry weird shit.
I assume the captain can use the loudspeaker to inform the passengers if the ship has just sunk.
Or if he wants you to play with his junk.
Hey! Ooh, hot body work.
Sorry?
So, are you enjoying the last days?
What?
Don't you read the papers? Don't you have a television?
Of course. Why?
Well then, you must know that we're all doomed.
Really? I wasn't aware of that.
Well, that's all anyone talks about at the moment. You know, global warming, burning oil fields in the Middle East, and a bunch of natural catastrophes on top of those. And each one worse than the previous one. It can only be a matter of minutes before we all bite the dust.
What are you driving at?
It's obvious. In times like these, you have to complain. You just can't have fun. Let alone go on cruises.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Well, if you say so.
And then you get preached at on every street corner with this pseudo-scientific gibberish. When I see those would-be scientists in New York at the moment, full of their own importance with this UN business.
Now just slow down a minute. My father happens to be one of those scientists.
Well, we each have a cross to bear. For my part, I can only laugh about all this nonsense.
And my outfit.
And just enjoy it. After all, the prices for cruises and tourist trips have hit rock bottom due to all this panicking. It's just bad luck that I work in the travel industry myself. So, it's just one last quick cruise for me before this brainless gibberish finally ruins me.
Yes, great idea. Basically, he's not far off with some of the things he says, but I still think I prefer the two. the end of the world is nigh characters to this guy. Someone has obviously switched my suitcase. Have you seen my suitcase by any chance?
No.
Beauty case?
Well, sure. Even men have to take care of their beauty nowadays, but you should know that.
Thanks for the compliment. Did you hear anything about the accident at the harbor?
No, unfortunately not. Have I missed something?
No. What an idiot. I'll get back to concentrating on the more pleasant things in life.
Great idea. Have fun.
Oh, Nina got a nice ass, huh? Well, it's about time.
Nobody seems to be inside, and I can't get in without a key. This seems to be the ship's sickbay.
Now I gave it away.
The sickbay is empty, or at least there's nobody to be seen. Nobody seems to be inside, and I can't get in without a key. The large, bold headline on the front page reads, "The Final Victory Over Nature. How the Powers of the World Hope to Regain Control." It concerns the UN General Assembly taking place in New York in a few days to discuss the dramatic natural catastrophes of the last weeks and months. There's also something written here about the expert roundtables that are meeting before the conference. My father is attending one of those. This is for all guests on board, so I'll leave it here.
Who cares about them?
That's not a very innovative nautical decoration.
Ooh, you're so judgy.
A cute picture of Noah's Ark. It doesn't look like it has much artistic value, more like it came from a children's book. There's one of those in my father's museum. Nobody seems to be inside, and I can't get in without a key. Nobody seems to be inside, and I can't get in without a key. The door is locked.
Well, tough luck, girl.
He seems pretty downcast.
Oh boy, hell no, I'm not gonna talk to him. Mr.
A
Depressed.
beauty underneath a birch tree. Her name is missing, but she seems familiar somehow. Nice tush, by the way. The Queen of the Heath, 1986. I seriously hope she won the title owing to a lack of competition. The pictures hanging here are of supposedly famous people who have traveled on this ship. It starts in the year 1982 with the mayor of Hicksville. I guess this is used to make announcements to the passengers. A bell. It goes ding-dong, or maybe ding-a-ling, in extreme cases possibly even just ping. Oops.
I wish you a wonderful day, my good lady. How can I be of service?
I think I just...
Damaged the bell? Well, don't worry, I'll take care of it later.
Good. What I actually wanted to say is that there's a suitcase belonging to a certain William Patterson in my room, and my own is missing. I assume the two suitcases were mixed up.
Most regrettable. I will look into the matter immediately.
That would be nice. I'm sure Mr. Patterson must be missing his suitcase, too.
I don't think so.
Sorry?
You may not have heard, but William Patterson met with an unfortunate accident shortly before the journey began.
Oh. Was he the man who was run over at the harbor in Hamburg?
Yes, what a tragic accident.
Is it serious?
I don't think it could have gotten any more serious.
Is he...
I'm afraid so. I will start looking for your suitcase immediately and bring it to your cabin. It was probably taken to poor William Patterson's cabin by mistake.
Well, is his cabin...
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Is his cabin better than mine? Maybe I'll just go to his cabin.
Excuse me for overhearing and barging in, but you were talking about the accident at the harbor just now.
A tragic story. Did you know the man?
By the way.
No.
It was actually quite strange. He had spoken to me just a few seconds before, and then...
He spoke to you?
Yes. He asked me if I was going to be traveling on this ship, and then he was gone again, and then this accident.
Did he say anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Are you quite sure?
Yes, I guess so. Why?
Oh, it's not that important. This whole thing has just gotten to me, that's all. Excuse me. I just need a few minutes alone.
Okay, no problem. I
What?
could actually go to bed now. There's nothing to be said against that. After all, I'm here to relax. The last few days were just a bit too much. The separation from Max. Nina, you're here to forget him. So don't start moping again. I'll just go to bed now, and when I wake up tomorrow morning, the world will seem a much happier and friendlier place. And my suitcase will probably be back too. It can't just have disappeared. At least, I hope not. Just 1 second, I'm coming.
I mean, I'll be right there. I would be the other one if I had my suitcase. It's very important things in that suitcase to help me sleep.
Isn't that the bikini from my case? There's a note attached with a scrawly handwritten message.
I'm perverted. Hello? I'm gonna guess that's what the message says. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is Audap. You watching Secret Files 2, Puritas Cordis on Nintendo Switch. Well, this is a typical point-and-click adventure. It's well animated. It's got pretty good art. Nice, unoffensive music. I think there's probably a good story in here. So if you like the point-and-click adventures and you haven't already played it, the game is quite a bit old, or at least it started. The initial first couple of episodes were created quite a while ago. I think there's a lot of fun to be had here, and I will probably play this one all the way through. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.